guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angie, if you didn't know. This is going to be, let's see, step 2 of finding happiness in your life. I did step 1, like making your list and everything. Okay, so where I left off was I had made my list of, my pros and cons about things that make me happy and sad in life. Well, not really sad, but like stressful things I don't like. And then I broke them down. Like I said before, relationship, got that fixed. We couldn't really figure things out, so he moved out. Next on my list was job. So I broke that down into, pros and cons like the other one. Pros with my job, it's close to home. It's literally a few blocks away. It takes longer to get from the parking lot to upstairs of the hospital than it does for me to get to work. It's that close. It has a pretty good pay. I used to work in factory and that was hard work. So this one's not, this one pays a heck of a lot more and it's not physically, you're moving the whole time, you're cleaning stuff, but it's not like mentally exhausting or like your arms are sore from sorting through parts or anything like that. And the other pro is my friends. Like there's a few people there that, oh my gosh, I look forward to seeing them and like our conversations that we have, and just as soon as I see their face, I perk up. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life, like Greg, Tammy, Dave, they're like my favorites. And like Nona, there's just a handful of people that I work with that I just like to see. Am I blurry? Okay. Cons. It's third shift. I hate third shift. I've said it 8 million times. It was fine when I didn't have a child. Oh my gosh. I just woke up from a nap, so I don't know why I'm yawning. It was like, if you work a Friday night, then the first half of Saturday you're sleeping, so it throws your whole schedule off. I hate trying to get things done before I go to work. I don't like not being here to put Adrian in bed. I just don't like this third shift. I work every weekend. I've said it before. Like one weekend I work a Friday night, and then the opposite weekends I work Saturday night and Sunday night. So you literally don't have a weekend free. You can't like have trips or anything like that. Or even just go out of town for the weekend. You really can't. And if you work a Friday, it throws off your Saturday, because the first half of Saturday you're sleeping, or else you come home and go right to bed, and then, or try to stay up, and then you're ready for bed at 5 p.m. Third shift is just not for me. Not right now. Oh my gosh. Like if Adria was in kindergarten, I'd come home and get her to school, and I'd sleep while she was at school, that'd be different, but at where she's at now, no. Diseases. I'm working with so many diseases and illnesses, and yeah, you wear your proper PPE, like a mask and gloves and a gown and double gloves, whatever it calls for. But still, there's always that slight chance that, I don't know, you're working around diseases all the time. I know a lot of people there for surgery or for things that are not contagious, but still, I've said before, at the grocery store, you don't know who the person, or like what the person before you that had your cart has. They could have some kind of something you don't even know. Or at least at the hospital, it's marked on the door if somebody has something contagious. I see quite a few deaths. That's always hard for me. That will like totally ruin my day when I have to clean a room where somebody died, because that's just so sad to me. I know everyone dies. It's a part of life, but when I see it at work, I don't know. It's sad. I don't like that part. Sometimes it's gross. Like sometimes, technically, housekeepers don't have to touch the nasty stuff, but unless you want to go get a nurse or somebody and be a pain in the ass every time there's something gross in there, like a urinal that you need to dump, we just do it. Like the canisters of things that they suction out of like their stomach or their lungs, like those, Tammy said it's like a car wreck. You know it's there, you just don't look. So you just kind of grab it, put it in the bio bag, you're done. It's like sometimes it's like you go to a room, you're getting ready to go to lunch, you want to get this room, and you walk in and it's like, seriously, this is the most disgusting thing. And some of the things I have to clean up are not sick people or patients. It's people that are there visiting, like grown adults, do some of the nastiest things in public places. I don't even understand. I don't ever want to see their houses because it would just, ugh. Another thing is, like I've said before, half my coworkers sleep. Like you're literally running around like a crazy person trying to get things done. So first shift isn't stuck with things, and so that patients aren't waiting in the ER for hours on end. And you literally walking on your coworkers taking naps. Like I said, I went to the shift supervisors on all 3 shifts. I went to 2 different house supervisors. Nothing's being done, really. And we don't have a boss. Like, there's no boss on third shift. There's nobody in charge. Nobody called the shots. Everybody thinks they're the boss and wants to bark out orders, but yeah, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Is that what it is? And you shouldn't have to babysit adults, but you have it everywhere. So, with my pros and cons, I determined that I just need to find a new job that makes me happy and lets me have a life. Because the one I have now, I don't hate it, but it's just getting in the way of so many things that I want to do. So then that gets back to my other list that I made at work of trying to decide the things that I like. And it's so funny because my grandpa, Pawpaw, he passed away 2 years ago. It was on Good Friday of 2013. Oh, I miss him every day. He's like the greatest man I've ever known, I will ever know. Like, nobody, he just knew so many things about so many things. He couldn't just like, he's not the kind of guy you would just sit and have a conversation about one thing. Like, he just knew everything. He would read the Wall Street Journal, watch the different news channels, read the news. He just knew everything about, not everything, but I think there was one time in my entire life, let's see, 2 years ago I would have been 34, going on 35. Not one time in my life, maybe once, that I actually went to him with a question that he did not know the answer. Like, he just, amazing man. Amazing, amazing man. And, like, for most of my life, yeah, you want to make your parents proud and things like that, but it's always in my mind, like, I just want him to be proud of me. Sorry. And it's so funny because, like, he had a schedule. He would go to bed at the same time. He would have lunch at the same time. The man was on a schedule. He was very, very well accomplished, very successful. And I've said before, successful people are on some kind of a schedule. And he would start his day. He would get up. If we were there, look, as kids, we'd go wake him up. But not until a certain time because Nanny wouldn't let us because he'd get mad. He was not a morning person. He would get up. He would do his sit-ups. He would do his push-ups on the little bar thing. It's kind of raised up and you have the handles. He would lift his weights. He would do chin-ups in his closet. He played tennis till, oh my gosh, I don't even know how old he was when he quit playing tennis. And I think that was mainly because he couldn't see. He was always Mr. Fitness. He took his vitamins. He'd start breakfast with a bowl of Wheaties. Unless it was like a weekend, he had Wheaties throughout the week. On the weekend, he'd have like bacon and eggs or whatever. They were usually at one of their condos. But he was so into being in shape. Like, he was 60-some years old in a Speedo with pecs and abs. I mean, he'd play tennis in, like, the little tiny shorts, but he made him look good. Like, I don't know. And, like, throughout life, like, whenever any of us were gaining weight, he would comment. He would let us know. And, like, my sister, like, when she would gain weight, he even offered to, like, buy her a gym membership to pay for her to go on Nutrisystem. And she would take it, like, offensively, like he was being mean to her. But really, that's not it. He just really cared about health and fitness. I was like, his number one. I mean, he would have, like, cookies. He would like his cookies. He'd have cookies at bedtime. He would have bread with his dinner. I mean, so he didn't, like, not have anything. He didn't just sit there and pig out. I mean, he would drink his Budweiser. But, like they say, everything in moderation. And he is a prime example that it's amazing. He lived so much longer than he should have with everything that he had going on with him. And I believe it's because he was just, well, for one, he wouldn't hang on for us, obviously. But, like, his vitamins, his exercise, his diet, like I said, he didn't eat perfect. He would have steak, he would have bacon and eggs, but he didn't sit around and eat chips and candy and junk and drink pop. He didn't do that. Like, I've never known him to have anything. If he ever had anything to drink, like, if it was at a meal, he had milk. If it wasn't at a meal, I'd see him drink Budweiser. But he didn't, like, sip on stuff throughout the day. Either he'd have coffee in his office. I don't know. He's, like, my ultimate, like, no one can ever measure to him. So, like, when I think of a husband and things like that, I think of, would he do that to Nanny? Would he have done that? Would he? And it's terrible because nobody will ever compete. Nobody will even come close to him. But anyway, so when I was going through, like I said, he just cared about health and fitness. And sometimes we would take it the wrong way and it would be hurtful, but he didn't mean it that way. He's not one to sit there and be cruel to somebody and be mean to somebody just to be mean to somebody. That's not who he was. So when I was walking through work that day and I don't even know what I was just trying to say. And I was, thinking about things I wanted to do. And when it finally hit me, I'm like, oh my God, fitness and nutrition, that's like what I like. That's what I like to do. That's the only job I could actually see myself being happy with. And then it's like, I swear I could see him smiling at me. Like, he would be so proud. Like, of all the jobs I could have in the world, I think he would be more proud if I did something with health and fitness. Like, and I wouldn't do it just because that's what he would like. That's what I'm into. That's what I like. And if he saw, well, he's watching me, I know, but I mean, if he's saw it, he would be like, why do you want to work there and clean up people's blood and, you know, what I just, so that was like the number one. Like, I swear I heard like a light bulb. I saw a light bulb just right up here. I saw a light go off. I could picture him with a smile. And I think I even said out loud, I'm like, I know I'm kind of slow at getting it, but I finally figured out. I've been asking, you know, what am I supposed to do? How do I get out of this situation? I mean, how do I better myself without having, you know, student loans I have to pay back and have the time to work and go to school when raising a toddler by yourself? I mean, that's what it is. That's what I meant to do. I have no question. There's no doubt in my mind. That is what I would do. That would make him happier than anything else I could possibly do. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm going to do. I know where my heart is. I know what my passion is. I know what dreams and goals I have. And they're all wrapped in this little package called health and fitness. And when I was in college, like, nutrition was like my favorite class. I love that stuff. So yeah, when you know, you just know. And like I said, I just knew. There were bells, there was a light going off. I could see my grandpa smiling at me with that little smirk, like, it took you long enough to figure it out, girl. Angelina. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that did it. And like, seriously, if you're questioning anything in your life, start writing things down and things will just click. Things will trigger other things. And then, like, when you found what the right thing is, when your mind has found the right choice, you will know. You will freaking know. There will not be a doubt in your mind. You'll be just ready to, let's do this. I'm set. I'm good. I got it figured out. Yeah. So this is my finding happiness in your life. Step 2, and that was, like I said, nix the whole relationship thing because it just wasn't healthy and happy. The next thing was job, and I got it figured out. I'm going to stay at my job till I figure out and get situated with what I want to do. Because, I mean, I need income. I have a daughter to think about. But yeah, this was my next big thing on my list. And I kind of jotted them down, like my pros and cons of life. Not in any particular order, because obviously the next thing for me would be my health. Like, I got the relationship figured out. I got the job figured out. The next thing would just be my overall health. And that will be step 3. Finding happiness in your life. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to continue seeing what I'm doing, like the steps I'm taking to figure things out, if you think it might be helpful, yeah, subscribe. I'll pop up in your little news feed. All you gotta do is click the red box below. It's free. It's easy. Just one click. It's all it takes. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I mean. Like, if you just had something that just clicked and you just knew that that was the right decision. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world. Like they say, when you find the right person, you know. When you find the right job, you know. Well, I just figured things out, and I just know. Yeah. Comment below if you've had any kind of similar situation where something like just gave you a sign, and you just knew you were doing the right thing. And yeah, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.